Good morning. Well, today is the 24th of what day? March. Yes. 4 more days to my birthday. I cannot believe I've lived this long. Do you ever think about that? So many people don't live as long as we have. And here I am, me and Connor at the dog park when I was a little girl, sitting on the side of the highway with my daddy at the store. I used to think, I wonder if I'm going to have a car like that. Where are all these people going on the highway? Now, this is before the interstate, of course. It's all 2-lane from Blytheville all the way up to St. Louis and beyond. Chicago, Elkhart, Indiana were some of the destinations because the car dealerships, the car companies were building cars, all kinds of cars. And several of my uncles worked for car manufacturers, and of course they always had a nice new car when they come back to Arkansas to see us. But I never thought that I'd be sitting in a dog park. I really thought I'd be sitting there at our place, where I grew up, on the front porch watching the cars go by on the the highway. But of course then the freeway built, and it's farther away from where my parents' folks, where I grew up. So it's like, you never know what's going to happen in your life, where you're going to go, who you're going to see, who you're going to meet during all those years and locations and just on and on and on and on. You just keep on going. Just keep on going. That's it. I lived in 5 states in 1 year. Yeah. I lived in, it was Arkansas, and then it was Wichita, Kansas. Then we went to Seattle, Washington. And then from Seattle, Washington, I think we came back to Wichita. And then we went to California, lived there. And then we moved to Atlanta, where my son was born. And from Atlanta, we went to Ohio. Oh, and I forgot, we lived in Texas too. And that was all in about 2 years. We lived 1 year, we moved about 5 times. And then the next 2 years, of course, I was having my son, and of course I had my daughter, traveling around with us too at that time. And there was a song that us wives of all these men that worked for aircraft companies, they did repairs to planes and helicopters and during the Vietnam War. So we traveled wherever they needed us, because my husband was a constructional general, engineer kind of guy. Not engineer, but anyway. And so then when the C-5s came in production in Atlanta, well, we had to go there. And that was the largest plane at that time, the largest plane under construction. And we were there in Atlanta, outside Atlanta, Marietta, Georgia. And I remember going out and looking at it. Of course, my husband worked on them, he was structural general there. So it was amazing how big that place was. Just so big, the inside of that plane. I guess they could take big old trucks and bulldozers or whatever they wanted inside those C-5s. Been a long time ago. They've come a long way since then. But we did finally settle here in Arkansas, where I'm from, of course, originally born and raised, and ended up in North Little Rock. stayed at Reelfoot Lake for a while. If you've ever been to Reelfoot Lake in Tennessee, I tell you what, there is a lake there, and it's called Reelfoot. And it's a story about, the legend is that the Indians, some chief got mad or something, and he stomped his foot on the ground, and it made an imprint of a foot. And that's why they called it Reelfoot. But it had to do something originally in the creation of Reelfoot Lake was a really bad earthquake. I understand. Of course, the older I get, the stories get messed up. I need to go back and refresh my memories. But my great-grandpapa, my grandpapa owned property on Reelfoot Lake. And somewhere there's a picture of this whole family back in 1800s, you know, of them standing in a row, of course, in front of the lake and on that property, and they were having a picnic. But anyway, finally that property was sold. That Mama lived there until Daddy died, and then, well, Dad got real sick anyway. But Dad loved going out there fishing, and he had this cat that would sit on the edge of his boat. Yes, and he would go out there fishing every morning when the sun came up. He had his coffee, and he'd head out on the lake. Of course, the property was right on the lake, and they had a little trailer there. And so he could just lower his boat in the water and take off, a little flat-bottom wood boat. And that cat would get up in the front, because sometimes my dad would catch little bitty fish and throw them in the boat at that catch, you know. Of course, he would eat. So that's why he wanted to go out on that boat with Dad all the time. But my baby sister was raised over there at the lake. Graduated from Opine High School, I think. I can't remember now. Yeah, I think so. But, yeah, she's living in Texas now and loving it. Doing very well. Got a grandbaby that's a jewel. And so me and my sister are here. But that's enough about history. Isn't that right, Connor? I don't know why Connor's not going and doing his business, but evidently he just wants to sit by me this morning. I saw earlier one of my neighbors out with her big dog. She runs. She's got tights on, you know. She's all. I can remember being young and running. I enjoyed that period in my life. It was fun, and I feel like I can run like the wind. Now I can't even walk to the dog park sometimes without assistance, you know. Today I'm getting my second COVID shot, and tomorrow the foot doctor. Hopefully it'll help my foot. But other than that, let's see. I'm reading a new book, and I'm just not getting into it, and it's about the Amish back in the 1800s and how they established these apple orchards up in Massachusetts and other places in that area where the Amish, I guess the beginning of the Amish movement in the Northeast. And I'm enjoying that. And then Meals on Wheels come at 9:30. And then they'll pick me up about 1:30, 12:15 for my COVID shot. And that will be my adventure for today. I may finish that book. It's a fun and interesting book, even though I need to clean house. Don't you get that way? You go, I'm not going to clean house today. No. And then you walk through and there's a dirty sock Connor's pulled out beneath the bed. He's playing with it. I say, I guess I better pick up a little bit. Oh well. Let's see. Oh yeah, the story about the little lady that's walking around. They're getting her settled in, and you know, it's hard on us when we get older that it's harder for us to adjust. I know when I moved here, I had trouble adjusting also. Because first you're intimidated by, you know, what you think you see and what you see, and that you're in a strange place. You've got to get a routine. You know, the older you get, the more routine you need. And that really helps me anyway. And yesterday in the mail, I'll have to show you what I got in the mail. I'll try to make another video. But I'm hoping you're doing well, and if you're able to sit outside in the sun like I am this morning, and as you can tell behind me, I guess you can see them, the white pear blossoms are blooming, or plum. I think they're pear though. They may be plum, but I think they're pear. Deciduous, and all the branches on the trees here are putting out the new little shoots, you know, of the new leaves. And it's funny how they come out of the branches, isn't it? How they come out, and then they shed a little bit as they drop their little shells of the leaves, and then the leaves just sort of come out the more the sun is. Really quite beautiful. And hawks have been out circling this morning looking for squirrels to eat, because they love them squirrels and red birds and birds at the feeders. And but it is life, isn't it? It is life. Well, that's it for today. I did have a funny story, but I will tell you though. Remember I was telling you about CareLink, and they bring me the Meals on Wheels, and not just me, you know, other folks like me. And today with the Meals on Wheels, I'm getting tennis shoes. This company in Carolina, I don't remember if I think it was North Carolina, maybe South Carolina, donated tennis shoes to CareLink here in Arkansas. And so they called to get my size yesterday, Mr. Morgan did, and I'm really excited. I'm going to have new tennis shoes. Does that mean I can run faster? I think not, but I'd sure give it a try. Anyway, can you hear the birds? Can you hear them? I can see the top of the orphanage over there above the treetops. It's up on a hill. They've got a garden up there where everybody has their own little lots, you know, and they have an open market in the summer with fresh vegetables and stuff. Okay, remember God has you in His hands, and pray for Mother Earth, and I'll talk to you another day. Bye-bye. Okay, gotta get Connor home.